Hello, this is Eric Trant, and in this video I will be going over how to define targets. We'll talk about defining a radial target, a cylinder, a slant target, as well as a square or four-corner target. First of all, let's say that we are in the job info page. You already have your job information filled out. You can put your target directly into this page. This is where it's logged. So let's start with a slant well or a horizontal well. Let's make it a radius, TBD of 6500, offset of 3500, 3500. Right there fully defines your target. This is all you need is the TBD, northing, and easting offsets. You can define your latitude and longitudes if you want. You do not have to. They are not used for the calculations directly unless you're using the map system. You can define your radius here. Let's put this as a 25-degree radius or 25-foot radial target. The next thing you can do, since this is a horizontal well, is we can define our KB-TVD as well as our horizontal inclination. In this case, let's make it a 6,500 foot KB-TVD with a horizontal inclination of 90 degrees. So just a straight 90-degree horizontal well. Of course, you can make that at any angle you like. You can even make it at a 5-degree angle if you want to drift into a target. I'll go over that next. So this right here defines fully how to put in a target into the spreadsheet. That's one way to do it. There's another way to do it, which is to go to the TL Longbow menu, go to the Well Plan and Survey tool. You'll note that target number 1 that we just put in, here's your well plan and survey tool. This is where you put in your MDs, inclination, azimuth for your surveys. You'll see a target zone here. You'll see the target that we just put in at 6,500, 3,500, 3,500 with a radius of 25 is already put in. You can see here that it has an inclination of 90 degrees and a KB-TVD of 6,500. So our target is a little easier to define in this interface, and this is typically how I define it, is using this. Let's define another target. Target number 2, you can see you've got multiple targets. You've got up to 50 different targets, which is more than enough. Let's change to target number 2, click Update Target, and let's define this one as an S well. Again, let's stick with TBD of 6,500. But let's make this 700, 700 with a 20-foot radius. So now our target now is 6,500 TBD with a north offset of 700 and an east offset of 700. Let's change the inclination. Let's give it a 5-degree drift angle in case you wanted to drift into the target. It's very common for developing S-wells. So this is going to be our S-well target that we'll use later whenever we're well planning. Let's go now to target number 3, Update Target. You can see I have not defined anything. There are 2 different target types. You can either use a radius and define it here in feet, or you can use an NSEW, which will allow you to put in corners. In this case, let's put in a 6,500 TBD target, a north offset of 800, east offset of 800, and then let's put in our coordinates for the corners in north east offset values. That's going to be Y, X. In this case, you can see I made the targets square, so this will generate a square target. It does not have to be square, it just needs to be 4 corners. So now we have our 3 targets defined. Let's close this, go back to the spreadsheet, and you'll see that these targets were carried over. This target number 2 is our S-well at 5 degrees, and we have our square target here. In the next video, I will go over how to do some well planning to hit these targets. If you need any more questions about how to put, if you have any more questions or need to discuss putting in targets, please give me a call at 214-250-6854. Thank you.